is Bisa, Miles of Diamonds and Crafts. Thank you for coming back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I am doing something I haven't done in a very long time, and that's a WIP and chat. If you haven't seen my last video, my goals for November is to do kits that I started in 2024, and this was one of them. Night Sky Tree of Life. What I did was I put it in one of those wheels, and all my 2024, well, not all of them, 4 of them, and then Cursed that I started by Mrs. Butter D, because I still want to work on that. But so I kept those in rotation. And this actually I spun twice. I'd already worked on this whole row, well, at least most of this row. So this is what I had done over here. It's what I did in 2024. But yeah, so let's work on it. I said I wasn't going to do any more WIP and chats because I was getting sleepy. But I think because it's much earlier in the day when I used to do them. Like I said, this is an older kit and this older plastic. So this is before they had the lines. But it's not just the lines. I can never, look at that. I could never pull it off straight. You can't tell because it's blend, but I can never get it off. So like this is, I don't know if you can see that. This is not, the perforated lines. I could never get it off straight. And it's not straight now. What is going on here? Now, I like the lines, but I don't like, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I don't like the gray. The red, you know, when they first had the red, I'm just gonna, see that's not, oh no, that is straight, that one's straight. I'm gonna have to pull these back because I don't wanna take it off because what if I don't finish? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I could just put a release paper. I like using release papers, but since it has these lines, these perforated lines, I just use that. But I could put a release paper because that's crooked. So anyway, I don't like the gray because depending on the background of the canvas, it makes it really hard for me to see. Now this is something I haven't done in a while because all of this was in storage. This is my Elizabeth Ward knockoffs, and I'm so glad it didn't get turned over. It was in one of those storage bins, and ooh, I'm so glad. I was afraid that I was going to get it out of storage and it was messed up. And I was talking about in the last video that when I first started this kit, I didn't know that DP sparklers existed and that you can get special drills. So this is what I printed out. Instead of just buying the pack, I just went through and bought all of the suggestions. And there was some other suggestion. Well, I put some of my own in there too. Well, at least in one of them. And so they had, so say the suggestion was this sparkler unicorn. And they had one, I think it's this one. Or maybe it's this one. Whatever it was. I'll show you if it comes up. And I think it is part of this part. I don't know if you can see. So I have sparklers in there, some ABs, some glitters, crystals. No, that's not ABs. So crystals, sparklers. Yeah, so that's pretty. So that's what I added. And since I don't have any more Elizabeth Ward trays, I just put them in Ziplocs. even though they came in Ziploc bags, like these, you know, they're so small, I just put them together. And I have a sticker maker thing, a label maker, that's what it's called. So I just put, you know, what it is. So they have number 4, which it matches this thing called the Legend thing. And then this is what it replaced. 211 is replaced by the sparklers for squares, plain 211. So yeah. So yeah, it was going pretty much faster. You know, although I just did this, it was going pretty smooth. You know, it's such a lot of confetti. I still can't believe it's the first Diamond Art Club. But at the time, there just wasn't a lot that I liked. That quickly changed. I think in the beginning, if I could go back, I wouldn't, I'd just be more, sorry, I'm thinking about it. I would be more mindful of what I'm getting. Because at first I was trying to get kits for certain events. That's how it started. And then, you know, then it was certain artists like, oh, well, I need one of this artist. And oh, well, I need one of this. And then it just really got out of hand. And I also underestimated how long these would take me. I saw some people who were flying through and thought, yeah, if they do that, it's really, and it's not that they're fast. You know, some of them, yeah, probably do work through it fast, especially, you know, depending on the kit, but it's just a lot of factors. And that they diamond paint a lot more than me. Because I can get tired after an hour and that'll be it for the day. Whether I have the time or not. Or, you know, because I'm doing it while I'm looking at something. Sometimes that makes me go slower. But, yeah. I was looking at today, I don't know if you all, I think everybody knows who Lizette is. Lizette Craft and Tales. She's starting a challenge, and then she's inviting everyone to join her in trying to do all your old kits first. And, you know, especially a lot of companies, like, they changed their drills. So, like, the newer kits may have better grids and drills and stuff like that. But just to get through all the old ones. And I had just started diamond painting last year. That's not to say I don't have a lot of old kits, because it was before the newer kits of Diamond Art Club, and it was the before Dreamer Designs started theirs. And Diamond Art Club still, you know, if it was in having restocked in a certain amount of time. Well, even if it did restock, it might have the new box, but I noticed that it may not have new specialty drills. So, like, even though this one I got in, I can't remember when I started diamond painting. I had looked it up recently and I still forgot. I say it was April, March or April. This one does have shimmer drills. So they must have started that maybe in 2023 or early 2024. But I have a kit that restocked, and I don't know when it originally was made. Like, it doesn't have any shimmer drills. And I don't know if after the restock, if they changed it. It must have the newer drills, because I hear that I never paid that attention to the drills. So I don't know if it's 16, 12, whatever. I don't know. I know if it fits. I've seen people show it, and I was like, oh, that is an obvious difference. I just never look at it that hard. I know there's some people who just single place entire canvases. And I think it was Courtney who was challenging herself to do one, and she got pretty far, and then she's like, okay, I'll just do this one side. I'm gonna start multiplacing. I wonder, well, if that was gonna be your challenge, would you just use a single placer drill and not have the multiplacer on here? And I'm not the best multiplacer. Even though I think this is a 10, I probably can do like 6 or 8. I don't know if there's an 8 placer, but where it's not messed up. Sometimes I can get good with 10. I know there's larger ones, and sometimes that's just messy. I'm trying to get into using, what is that? Putty. I know there's different kinds, but I don't know, it just be too sticky. And then I just move past it. I didn't move past it. It's like I feel like wasting time. Oh, here we go. Wasting time trying to figure this out. Oh, I don't want to push it too far. Okay. Push my sections too far. And another thing with these plastic, what do you call these things? The sections, it's not always on a line, and it's not always the same all the way across. Now that's when I actually do fold it on the perforated lines. So that's always strange to me. But I have so many themes I want to do. And I just don't get through enough kits. I really want to just focus on the 13 WIPs. I don't want to start anything else. Well, let's rephrase that. I do want to start other ones. I want to kit up all the time. But I want to get it down before I kit anything else up. Now, so I can either, so like this time, I could have been like, okay, I have 12. Don't start anything else. But then I started one. But, and just continuously keep it at 13. That's a way to not feel like I'm punishing myself. But I think I really would like just 4 going. Then I feel like I'm accomplishing something. But if I keep it at 13, that still creates some movements. And then I will replace it, try to replace it with something of similar size. You know what I mean? So like if it's a mini kit, oh, I do have another Make Market. So like I have Make Market, they're minis. I don't know if they call them minis, but They're larger than Diamond Art Club ones and Paint Gems. They're a little larger than that. But if I finish those, if I start another one, do another make market so it's similar size, or figure out the dimensions of those four together and create and put a painting of similar size. You know what I mean? So I won't have so many large ones done. That was one thought I had to, once I finish all my WIPs, is to make sure I have just one big one going and then smaller ones. Although I have a lot of large ones, but I think I have enough smaller ones. And I think that way I will finish more. I'll get through more canvases in 2026 and then in 2025. So, yeah, so many goals. Although, like, after a certain time, I will have less time to work on. That's why I would like to, in my mind, finish a bunch, and then in the new year. But the time is, I just can't believe it's November, and I had one. Well, I didn't have one. I had more than one finished, but like a big canvas, only had one. I finished the rest of Diamond Art Club, the months of the year. I just went ahead and knocked it out because I'm surprised I did last as long as I did by doing one a month. It was nice to have, you know, like, even though it was just small, to be like, okay, I did finish something this month. I'm like, okay, I did finish this one. But then it was just like, okay, I just want to finish. They go so quick. So even if I don't have any Diamond Art Club minis going, but they go pretty fast. I can get through, you know, even on a night after work, even if sometimes I can finish one, or at least in 2 nights, you know, just a little wind down project. Oh, but I started to say that I have all these ideas for 2026. Maybe at the end of the year, I'll decide. But it's a new to me company called I don't know if they call it Fee Look. I can't think of the name right now. But they had these canvases that they call a dark fantasy. And I don't know if you ever heard of Brothers Grimm. It's a compilation of stories, kind of the original fairy tales. It's Disney that made them, you know, happily ever afters. Well, at least happy ever afters without the gruesome parts. And so they had so this company had 2 diamond paintings, and one was with Cinderella and one was Sleeping Beauty, but it's like darker version. So I did order those, and I would like to get, although Alice in Wonderland is not part of the Brothers Grimm but I have Ines Guerrero, I think her name. She has a painting of Alice, and I think it's Beyond Wonderland, but she also has one that says not my Alice and not your Alice or something, and it's even darker. I was like, oh, that would be perfect to go with dark Wonderland, dark fairy tale, and to just do, and I'll have that theme. And then there's one more, it's out of stock with our Diamond Art Club. It's dark snow. It's not, it's called dark snow because it's not as like, bubbly and cartoony as Disney Snow White, but it's not as dark as like the other ones. But part of this series that I was thinking that I could do my WIP and chat with a voiceover. Well, it wouldn't be a WIP and chat, but do a WIP and read. So I'll, record me working on that diamond painting and read the Brother Grimm story that goes with, because I have the entire book with all the fairy tales in it. And I know, like I said, those three, Snow White, Cinderella, and Sleeping Beauty. Maybe I didn't say Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty are all in that book. Enter, record it, and read the story. I don't know if anybody be interested in it. I think it's kind of creepy, but that's what I want to do. That is on my list. And I don't know how long it would take it's like a couple of pages. And I don't know how many words, from the book and the pages, how long it would take me to read it. But maybe, I do it over a couple of sessions. And then by the end, I'll have the finished painting when I finish the story, and then I'll have the finish. Now, how long it'll take me, I don't know. They're not huge. They're not huge like this one, so so that's one nice thing. So it'll get me through. I can get through it faster. Okay, let me see how many minutes this is. Okay, it's almost 23 minutes. Yeah, so let me know what you think of that. Do you think it's a crazy idea, me telling stories? I know some people, see, I put this in here because back then that's what people said. And I very rarely have you do anything like that. I don't know if I just got lucky that, or they're doing something different to their drills. I just don't find that much static in Diamond Art Club's drills as it probably was back then. So I don't know if it's something they've done differently. I know some people, that's just their practice to always put dryer sheets in their containers. Or if it's the containers, because I haven't been using containers, and that was another thing I saw people say, wash the container out first before you put your drills in. Like I said, because I haven't been using containers, I haven't tested that theory. So, I don't know. And I have these kind of containers. I have the Art Dot cases. Some from Art Dot and some not, but that style. I like the Harbor Freights. I have something kitted up in that. So if I did do have um I do have containers if you know what, I just thought of something. I think I said I had started a painting. I didn't actually kit it up yet. I started it for the no new start November, but I didn't put them in. I didn't label them. Maybe I'll do a kit up video with that one, but I'm gonna leave them in the Ziploc bags. So if I have it, because the company, who is the company? What is that? The one with the diamond art. It came in Ziploc bags, so I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna use them out the Ziploc bags. But I have I ordered a lot of specials for that one. There isn't a sheet for it, but so I, bought everything I could in that color, and yeah, bought everything I could in colors that matched. I didn't know about. I mean, I knew about sparklers, but I thought I didn't realize they weren't by DMC. You have to kind of match them with colors. So when I was picking out my colors for that diamond painting, if it never came up, then it just never came up. So like some may come in a DMC, but you can get other ones too. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this before I end this. I don't want to make it too long. But then see, and that's when I'll just stop talking. And that's not interesting, is it? It's not a whip and chat, it's just a whip. If I don't know if I could single place. If you are listening and you're like, this girl is all over the place, I think I'm like everybody else. I'll just finish this color on camera. One thing that I did is since I used the schematics, I know I just called this two different things, but it's also called the schematics. I wrote next to it which ones I have special drills for, because I can't put them in here into the containers. And I think even if I did, I don't know. Okay, I just missing one. You ever do that? You drop it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. The one I want to kit up, Wicked Games. That's what it's called. It's Wicked inspired diamond painting. Yeah. Oops. Let's see. That one's gonna be fun. But it's not on my wheel. Probably when I finish something, I'll put it on the wheel. finish these older ones. Okay, I'm almost done with this symbol, but I'm gonna stop talking because I'm concentrating. But anyway, so that is it for today. If you made it to the end, thank you. And comment if you like. Have you ever worked on this one? Tree of Life. I saw a lot of finishes for it. Like people post reviews on Diamond Art Club. But yeah, so thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and get notified when I do another another video. It'd probably be the kit up for the Wicked Games. And then after that, I'll just do if I finish something, I'll be doing a video for that. And then I kind of like the idea to do a mid-month WIP check. Somebody does that. It just depends on how it goes. If it's nothing really to report, to catch you up on, I'll just do it at the end of the month. Okay. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.